what do you think? Can a yard sale change the world? I tend to agree. I don't think so. Or at least I didn't think so until a couple of weeks ago. I had a yard sale. And there was one transaction that made me rethink that. There I had all my stuff laid out in the backyard, and among all the items was a chair with a $5 sticker on it. Well, along comes my crazy neighbor lady, an old artist. She picks up that chair and she hands me this. I said, "Mabel, what's this?" She said, "It's $5, keep the change." I said, "But it's blue." She said, "Yes, I dyed it myself. It stands for my valuation of the clean environment and a beautiful, strong community." I said, "Huh, well, you know, this is defacing money. You can't deface money like that." "Oh, it's not defacement, unless it's not negotiable." "Well, what makes you think this is negotiable?" "Because you took it." I said, "Well, would a bank take it though?" She said, "Oh no, don't you dare give it to a bank. Here, let me give you a regular one. You can have this instead." I said, "No, I kind of like it, but what makes you think it's about a clean environment?" She said, "It's printed right on the bill." "It is?" "Oh, sure enough. It says, based on the value of a clean world." But it looks to me like you just wrote that yourself with a pen. She said, "The only value of money is the value that we, the people, place on it." I see. "Well, what does your green bill stand for?" "This! It stands for profits at any cost." You know that as well as I do. "I do?" "Well, sure. Let's say you own a forest and you want to do something nice for your town. Say you want to open a park, or you want to teach children about ecology, or make a bird preserve. Now, is the economy going to assist you? No. But if you go to the bank and you tell them, "Look, I'm going to clear cut the forest, I'm going to keep all the profits, and make everybody else live with the mess," the bank will give you as much as you want. Isn't that right? I said, "Well, yeah, I guess that's kind of how it works." She said, "That's why I don't want any part of your filthy green economy. Keep the change." "But Mabel, it's $5. There is no change." "Oh, it's worth far more than $5. "Well, how do you figure that?" "Well, where are you going to find another blue bill?" Let's see, I know, I'll get one from you." "Huh, stand in line, buddy." Everybody wants a blue bill. Do you know anybody who doesn't believe that value comes from a clean environment? Think about your kids. How are they going to build their future? On a pile of garbage? No. Value comes from two places: human creativity and from nature. And community is a vital part of nature. Well, I was thinking at the time, yeah, I can tell that just by looking at your yard. But I didn't say that. What I said was, yeah, we all want to live in a clean environment. That's why we live in Montana. But what about jobs? She said, "Your job," poking me in the chest, "is to do what you love and to take care of the people around you." I said, "Okay, but how are we going to pay for that?" "With blue bills. Every time you use a blue bill, it's just like voting for a clean environment. Nobody wants to vote the other way. Look, pretty soon, blue bills is all anybody wants. The other ones don't make any difference anymore. The Treasury has to print all the new bills in blue. And before you know it, when you go to the bank to get a loan, you have to prove that what you're doing is good for the community and good for the environment before you get any money. Because there is no value in destruction." Well, I have to say, it's a pretty compelling argument. But if you think this is weird, you won't believe what happened next. I said, "Mabel, there's no doubt that you are a brilliant woman, but I kind of get the feeling that you're making this up." You know what she did? She patted my hand and said, "You're a clever boy. I'm 58 years old." You know, I left some money in the pocket of my new blue jeans when I washed them, and what are you going to do? But it's a beautiful story, isn't it? And she took a chair and she left. Well, I have to say I was really crestfallen that she had made it up. Because she told me her story, and I was infected. I couldn't get it out of my head. The rest of that day, I told everybody the story. I showed them the blue bill, and of course, they wanted it. Well, I wasn't going to give them mine. I made $250 that day, but that was nothing compared to the joy I had in thinking about the possibility of a new kind of sacred economy based on positive values. Then that night, suddenly, in the middle of the night, I sat bolt upright in bed with an astonishing realization. It didn't matter if she made it up. The fact is, everything she said was true. We are still living out this outmoded mythology of the Industrial Revolution that says when you trash nature, you can get wealthy doing that. When we already know that we have to have a clean environment in order to survive. We have already made that transition. What we haven't done is learned how to talk to each other about the symbol of what is important to us. So that morning I got up, I bought some dye, some blue dye. I dyed every single bill I could find. I created a website called BlueBills.us. I want you to look at it because I'm going to give you one of these. And now you've heard the story and you are infected. I doubt if you'll ever be able to think of a transaction again without thinking of the value of what it is that our money is based on. Change is not going to come from the top down. Change is going to come from the bottom up by listening to crazy stories by ladies in yard sales. So, can a yard sale change the world? Well, it's too early to tell. The world is a big place. But one thing I know for sure is if you want the world to be a different place, all you need to do is live by a changed vision in your heart. And you can start with BlueBills.us.